Hi everybody, Joe Conroy here, financial advisor, and we're in the Baltimore area, and I figured I'd take some time today and talk about just the challenges that us mid-Atlantic residents face when it comes to retirement planning, because this is a part of the country that is so much more expensive than, say, compared to Alabama or someplace in the Midwest. So when we think about retirement planning, some of the challenges that we're going to face living in this area is that housing costs are so much more expensive. Medical care, while we do have access to some of the best medical care in the world, it is expensive and something that we really need to consider when we're looking at retirement planning. So what that's going to do when we're saving for retirement is it's going to factor in, what does retirement look like? Are we going to stay in Baltimore or the suburbs? Are we going to stay in Northern Virginia, wherever it might be around here that's very expensive? Or do we plan on moving? Are we going to go to Delaware, maybe Pennsylvania, or flock down to Florida where it's warmer and there's no state income tax? So those are just different considerations that we want to map out and make sure that we incorporate those into our planning for where we're going to be and how expensive it's going to be in retirement. Now, one thing I will tell you, that when we're looking at, yep, I'm moving out of here, I'm selling my house, I'm buying something in South Carolina that's going to be half the price, I'm out of here. There's one thing that's going to surprise people and actually change those plans, and that's the potential for grandchildren. If you have grandkids and they're in the area, it's going to be really tough for you and your spouse or your partner to up and move hours away, where all of a sudden those grandbabies are growing up and you're just not going to be across town or within a quick driving distance. So you want to make sure that you're not just thinking you're going to move somewhere that's going to be lower cost, but you got to weigh the family circumstances into that decision as well. So it's more expensive here, that's no secret. What do we do from a retirement planning standpoint? Well, it's not going to come as a shock, but we got to save a little bit more. So higher taxes, higher property costs just means there needs to be a bigger amount of money that you're going to have in retirement, or maybe you need to lower some of the different expectations in retirement, like travel costs. Maybe those are going to be peeled back a little bit because your home expenses are going to be a little bit higher than somebody in, say, Tennessee or wherever it might be. So you might not think that there's challenges with retiring in the Mid-Atlantic that are any different than any other part of the country, but I'm here to tell you that there is definitely more consideration with retirement planning and things that you just need to incorporate to make sure that your plan's really well thought out and you're going to cover as many bases as you can. Last thing you want in retirement are a lot of surprises and unknowns, because usually surprises in retirement aren't very good. So hopefully you found this to be helpful and given you at least a few things to think about when you're looking at retirement planning. So best of luck, and as always, please contact me if you have questions. Thank you.